Hey Jefferson, it's Wednesday. Let's do a new lesson. This one, you may have talked about this in your English class, but in movies, this is really big. Anytime you're watching a movie, one thing you're looking for is conflict. Good drama, there's always conflict between people or things or even within themselves. I want to have you look at two of these and write an example of one that you like and send that to me with the video clip that shows me what it looks like. So, when you're talking about conflict, the big one that we usually see is man versus man. This is where you have a character where two people are fighting each other, like Joker versus Batman, or Harry Potter versus he who shall not be named, or whatever. This one's easy. It's where you have two people fighting over something, over anything. And it's the kind we see most often. The next is man versus society. Could it be woman versus society? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What's going on with this? What does it mean, though? It's a character standing up against something that he or she knows is wrong, telling everyone else that it's wrong too, and usually telling everyone else that they should stop. This revolves around social issues like racism, sexism, or exploitation. That's usually what we're talking about. Remember the end of Monsters, Inc.? When we realize that scaring the kids is bad, so the monsters get them to laugh instead, making the kids happy and giving the monsters all the energy they need? Yeah, that. First, we find out that the man who runs the monster factory that takes all the screams is crooked and evil and bad, so he gets booted, and then they change the way they run their business to be more humane and more nice, and everyone gets what they want. So this is a really good way to solve that man versus society thing because they show how you shouldn't be doing bad things, you should be doing happy, good things instead. Aww. And then finally, we have the one that all of us wrestle with at one time or another. This is man versus self. It's when a character has mixed emotions about his or her thoughts or actions. Did I do the right thing? Am I a bad person? Should I have done something differently? Did I screw up? Think about the part in The Lion King where Simba's afraid to go back to the pride. And then Nala tells him he should because Scar is being a total jerk and ruining everything. What's he thinking the whole time? Should I go home again? Was I responsible for my father's death like Scar says I was? And would I be blamed for it? What's going to happen? Where do we go from here? The last one we'll look at, man versus nature. It's where a character fights against nature. In the movie Castaway, Chuck Nolan survives a plane crash. He's stranded on a deserted island. He learns to hunt and fish and feed himself, braving the harsh weather and burning heat to learn to survive without any kind of technology beyond anything he can build with wood, rope, and his own hands. You ready to see my example of what the writing would look like? It's another Tom Hanks movie. Here we go. My favorite film clip that shows man versus nature is from Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan is a soldier who lost both of his legs from the knees down in Vietnam. Like many others who have suffered a great loss in life, he struggles with the idea of a loving God who allowed him to be crippled and wounded so deeply. When the hurricane comes, Dan climbs to the top of the sail on Forrest's fishing boat, daring God to destroy him and mocking the hurricane, saying that it was weak and that he was stronger than even the god of the hurricane himself. In the end, all of the fishing boats other than Forrest's boat are destroyed. So the two men together catch more shrimp than anyone else due to there being no competition against them. You could interpret this many ways and think that it shows that God isn't afraid of your criticism, or that God shows favor to the brave, or you might see it as divine mercy after what Dan has suffered, or you just might think it's a funny scene, and you know what? You'd be right with that too. So look at these different types of conflicts. We have man versus nature. We have man versus man. We have man versus self. And then we have man versus society. Pick one. Write me a 8-sentence paragraph on what happens in your clip and what it means to you. Send it to me and send me a link to your clip so I can watch your movie. I'll talk to you soon. See you later. Bye.